All right, hello football gamers. Welcome back to Madden Football Gaming. Today I'm finally going to do my mock draft picks. I was waiting till today just in case there's any news of trades. Also for Daniel Jeremiah's mock draft that he did last night. He's one of the top analysts that I use. Basically what I did is I took the top analysts and I put them in a spreadsheet based off the people that are usually really, really good. And then I like Mel Kiper, Daniel Jeremiah, Walter Football, Todd McShay. Then we have CBS and Bucky Brooks, and so you put all those analysts in there. You put what their picks are for each one, and you kind of look at statistically which is the highest likely. Walter Football is usually really, really good, and so I use them as kind of a baseline. All right, if it's split 50-50, which one am I going to go with? I may use them as a tiebreaker, or Kiper or McShay or something like that. Kind of, depending on what I'm looking at here. But I'm going basically statistically what are the best odds to get based off of everyone's draft picks. Am I going to get 20 out of 20? No, the chances of that are ridiculous. But I'm trying to give myself the best chance to win, and just trying to use statistically the best people out there that pick them. What are they picking, and then what are the most of the consensus picks, and the top mind picks, and kind of going from that way. So is this going to work out for me? I have no idea. I am just bringing it to you just to see, just to let you know what I'm picking. If you want to use it, great. If you don't worry about it. I'm not saying this is going to be 100%. I'm just saying this is my best chance to try and get as close as I possibly can. So basically what you do in here is you go in and you pick your first overall pick. What's the position, second, third, etc. First pick is almost all people are saying it's going to be an edge rusher, right? Which is this one. Again, I'm thinking defensive end, but I guess that's what this is. Let me just make sure it's nothing else. Yeah, it's got to be this. So it's an edge rusher, and that's what we're going to pick. Pick 2, I'm doing the same thing. I'm doing edge rusher. Again, both of these 5 out of 6 top analysts said that they're going to be edge rushers, which of the 6 that I mentioned, which is an 83% chance that is correct, based off the analysis based off the analyst that I'm looking at. So again, could they absolutely be wrong? Yes. So don't hold me accountable to this. These are their predictions. I'm just trying to use statistically what's the highest odds that we have here. Now pick 3 is really kind of where it gets interesting. Houston, it's kind of split, right? Like we have a cornerback. We have a couple people that think it's a D end. We have a couple people that thinks it's an offensive tackle for Houston. So what I'm going to do overall is I'm going to go offensive tackle here. I think there's some good offensive tackles in the draft. And so I'm going to do this, which I guess is just O-line, right? Any O-lineman, that's fine. So let's go O-line here. Some people have DE, right? Defensive end. So that's a possibility too, right? Make your own choices. But that's what I'm doing as offensive tackle. New York Jets hold the fourth overall pick, and the highest consensus is a cornerback. They're going to go with the DB. DBs can be your cornerbacks or your safeties, and so I think that's good. I'm just making sure there's nothing else in here. So we're going to go DB with this. Okay, 5th overall pick, the New York Giants. And again, we're not trying to forecast any trades here. There may be trades in the first round, and obviously this will throw stuff off, but we have no idea if that's going to happen. So we're just going based off of who's currently ranking in the order right now. Again, all this stuff could be thrown off. That's why it's so hard. But New York Giants are the 5th pick. And for the 5th pick, the highest pick is, actually it is a consensus. Every single one said offensive line. Some said tackle, some said inside line, but every single one said offensive line. So we're going offensive line here. All right, 6th overall pick. This one's tough. It's there's only 2 positions, and it was split between the analysts. It was 3 for QB, 3 for O-line. I'm going O-line here, and again, I think usually teams pick the QBs in the top thing. If it's between one of the two, they're usually picking the QBs. But I think they're picking O-line here because the analysts, the top ones that are more right than the other ones, right? And when we were doing the analysis, they picked O-line instead of QB. And Daniel Jeremiah was basically saying, based off what he was hearing, that was a kind of an interesting thing that he thinks that they're going to go O-line. So I'm going O-line. My gut would tell me QB, but I'm not an analyst, so I'm going O-line. All right, 7th overall pick, we are going with cornerback, DB. Again, this isn't like a slam dunk. This is just kind of a like a 50-50 based off of the analysts. I mean, some people have wide receiver, some people have DNs, but DB was the biggest one that we saw out there, the biggest consensus, so we're going with that. For the 8th pick, the most selected was wide receiver, so we're going for wide receiver here. 9th pick is Seattle's. We are going with edge rusher based off of the most analysts selecting that. All right, 10th overall pick belongs to the Jets, and most people are saying, out of the analysts that I reviewed again, most people are saying they're going to go wide receiver. Good wide receivers out there. They need it, obviously, especially since they have a new quarterback from last year. Makes sense. 11th pick is Washington. We are going to go wide receiver again. This is more kind of a 50-50 pick. So kind of going with my top analyst, who I consider the top analyst here. Okay, this 12th pick is Minnesota, and it's weird to have such a high consensus this late in the picks, but I think 5 out of 6 people said they were going to be going with the DB here, so we're going DB. All right, 13th overall pick, and it's really split around here. I'm going to go defensive end. No idea if that's right or not. It is so split between the analysts. I just kind of went with what the most people said. I mean, it was between this and an offensive tackle, and we had them taking an offensive tackle earlier, so we don't think they're taking another offensive tackle, so we're going with defensive end. All right, 14th overall pick belongs to Baltimore. We are going with a non-edge DL, so like a DT, right? So defensive tackle. This is what we're going for here. There's somebody in the draft that is super, super good at DT. And again, this is not like this is a very 50-50 pick, but since they're so good, we think that and they could use it. I bet they'd probably grab it. So that's what we're grabbing. Again, this can be completely wrong, so do what you want to do here. But that's based off the analyst predictions and the top players on the draft. It makes sense to me, so I'm going to go with that. All right, 15th pick currently belongs to Philadelphia. And most people are saying a cornerback, some sort of DB here, whether it's a safety or whether it's an actual corner. So we're going DB. All right, 16th pick belongs to New Orleans, and most people are saying offensive tackle. All right, 17th pick is the Chargers, and this one is kind of like CB or wide receiver. It is kind of split. I'm going with wide receiver. I feel like they need someone for Herbert to throw to. I know they got Allen, but Allen's getting a little bit older. I know they got Mike Williams, but he's good, not great. So I think that they grab another wide receiver if there's a good one there. So that's what we're going with for the Chargers. All right, 18th overall pick, Philadelphia. They have a lot of CBs here or linebackers. We already had Philadelphia grab a CB for their 18th. For their 15th overall pick. So, are they going to pick another CB? In the where it's showing in there? No. So the next thing I'm thinking is that's out here is linebacker. There's some really good linebackers out there. Perhaps they grab a linebacker here. Let's see. That's non-edge linebacker. This is a risk. I don't know. Again, I think there's some good people out there, but I think they go here just based off of the Analyst. All right, New Orleans is back on the clock after we had them grab an offensive tackle. They're back on the clock again, so we're not going to have them obviously grab another offensive tackle. So inside linebacker is gone. So we think that they're going to be grabbing a wide receiver here. All right, and then with the 20th overall pick, again, it's kind of weird this late to have a pretty consensus, but the consensus for Pittsburgh is to grab a QB. They're going to take one of the QBs, so we're taking that. Carolina could take one too at 6, obviously, but this is where we see Pitt taking one too. And that's it, fellas. That is our top 20. We've locked in our predictions today. Hopefully this helps you out if you're looking for something, but make your own judgments. Again, this is not 100% at all. I'm just basically taking the top analysts and statistically seeing what they agree on most and trying to go that way. And then using some common sense, right? If we decided that one of the teams that's picking twice picked that position a couple picks ago, we're not picking that again, right? So we're gonna go to the next popular pick for that team and such. So hopefully we do okay here. 20 out of 20, I think somebody said is like, worst chance than winning the lottery, right? But hopefully we get some decent picks out there. You can use these or you can not use these. I just want to let you know what I'm doing after I did some research, and hopefully it helps you out if you decide to use it. But other than that, though, good luck in your drafts. I hope you get 20 out of 20. If you do, congratulations. That is amazing. But even if you don't, I hope you get like 15 or more, something like that. So good luck out there, fellas. Thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe if you like the content. It helps me out so much. And bringing more stuff like this in the future. But thanks a lot. Have a good day.